Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Now, people often ask me, what's it like to be a YouTuber for 3 years? Now, that's a difficult question to explain. So much so that I'll be needing some help doing it. I'll step out for a few minutes while my assistant Victor, you know him, the violin that's always smoking, explains it to you. Now that the captain's gone, come with me. Through here. Watch your step. Oh, yeah, don't worry. That one always does that. I mean to look into it. Now, it's going to get a little cold, but we have to take our time walking there. All part of the experience. Oh, that reminds me. Hold this. It's a small wooden crank. It's only a replica, it's not the copper crank. Captain has the real copper crank. Secretly hidden away so people think he doesn't value it. If we stole it, he'd know what we were doing out here, plus it'd be cruel to take it from him. This replica will do fine. Fidget with it and pick it loose bits, simply hold it. Whatever you want to do with it until we get there. Just don't put it in your pockets. You have to hold it the entire way. Part of the experience. Alright, this way. Car park's right over here, so keep low. Can't have anyone following us or telling Captain where we're headed. Watch the bushes, will you? Alright. Listen for a river. I think that's it over that way. We have to walk the opposite way to where it is. And then, after a while... There we go. Found the path. May not look like it yet, but the grass dissipates later on and turns into a dirt road. Trees are still around the path, though. Just like how the grass isn't on the path, the trees don't have leaves. Don't look at them while we walk by and... Oh! Hold that crank close. They're alive. They can't reach us if we stick to the middle of the path and walk in single file, but some of them can graze you with their branches. They're trying to grab the crank. They feel any piece of wood, even when it's apart from them, like how that, well, thing from the thing works. So I hope you weren't picking at it earlier. You were, weren't you? Explains why they're so mad this time. Oh, that's a trick. Not from the trees. Nah, the alive ones are back there. All the ones up here are dead. That's because of what made that noise. Oh, don't worry though, it can't get on the path. Oh yeah, Captain was pretty descriptive with you last anniversary. I'll, try and paint a picture for you. Scattered around the trees along the path are holes, entries to its tunnel system below us. It can't get on the path, but it can get under it. It can't breach when it's under, though, as much as it may want to. Oh! Well, it's new. Wonder how long it's been waiting to try and do that. The tunneling creature uprooted the remains of a long-dead tree and pushed it onto the path where we've just walked. Beside the roots of the tree is our would-be attacker, a dark mass glaring at us with small yellow eyes as it angrily taps its dirty claws on the edge of the hole it's sitting in. Its head begins to split down the middle, revealing hundreds of tiny teeth on each side as pink tendrils spill out. None of the ends exit the mouth, just the middle part is folding over like intestines. More are pushed out as a small white object held by one of its many tongues raises out of the parted mouth. A cat's skull, cleaned of any flesh that once covered the bone, now stares at us with empty sockets. Its lower jaw opens and... The McBar puppet lowers back into the creature's head as the two sides connecting again and sink into the tunnel system below. Not a bad description, huh? You don't listen to Captain go on about how vermins veritably vex him without picking up some figurative language. Anyway. As we make our way down the road, the trees begin to dissipate and the path grows wider until grass completely fades away and we're working on a flat dirt plain. With no trees to block it, the wind picks up. The air grows colder as a fog begins to surround us, leaving the forest we just walked through a gray silhouette that slowly fades into the mist. Up ahead, a towering shape takes form in the fog as we approach. Walking up to it, wires wrapped around stakes in the ground stretch from the ground and fade away as they rise upwards towards the structure. The wires have small glass bulbs evenly placed on them, inches apart from each other. Lights, long since turned off, coated in dust, preventing them from reflecting the moonlight. Suddenly, the towering form the wires connect to becomes clear. A Ferris wheel. We've reached the fairgrounds. Faded posters litter the ground advertising rides, such as the Ferris wheel, some roller coasters, and a mirror maze. The entrance fell over long ago, and I've since forgotten the name of this park, but knowing Captain, it was probably some synonym for fun that began with a V. The park is surrounded by a painted black and green fence, but so many boards are missing that you think it was green, with some having rotted to the point of turning black. Squeezing through the fence, we walk under the Ferris wheel, and several attractions can be visible. But something stands out about them. The captain's fingerprints are all over the park, with a roller coaster's cart being styled to look like a shark, and all the supporting rails for the ride are covered by a blue wooden board, with the tops being curved to mimic cartoon waves, to make it seem like it was swimming on the surface of water. Or a mechanical fortune teller's box being riddled with green and purple question marks. But it wasn't that. The park was unlike the fence. Almost everything was intact. The rides were covered in dust and in need of a paint job, but seemed unaffected by the passage of time or the neglect from the outside world. Food stands proudly displayed, dust-covered peanuts and other confections waiting to feed hungry guests. Not even rodents or scavengers disturbed the park's stasis. The only thing seemingly marred by time was the tent. Standing in the center of the park stood a green and black striped circus tent. Its fabric was bleached by the sun, and now was a sickly yellow and gray. Holes and tears riddled the main attraction, with one wall completely missing, revealing the interior. Within the tent were two massive, curved wooden bleachers, arranged so that if seen from above they would resemble two seas facing each other. However, it's what's in between them that grabs your attention. A tear in the ceiling of the tent allows moonlight to spill through and acts as a spotlight for the figure each bleacher is facing. One of the captain's coveted copper contraptions. The metallic figure stands motionless and slumped backwards, its current state becoming clear as we approach. Unlike the other attractions, time has been cruel to the copper creation, its shell having nearly fully oxidized, turning the near gold into a deep, sickly green like mold, greedily spreading across forgotten bread. Despite the discoloration, the form of the robot is still clear. Its slim torso is segmented into 3 parts, with the center having a small door on it. The limbs are thin, only getting slightly wider on the forearms and calves. Its head is long and cylindrical, with 2 bulbs, imitating eyes, sitting dimly near the bottom of its face. You carefully reach to the door on its chest, but as soon as your fingers touch it, the door crumbles into a metallic dust that blows away in the breeze let in by some hole in the wall of the tent. This reveals a small music box within the contraption. Atop this box is a small chase scene, set on a blue dish, meant to imitate an ocean. There's a porcelain pirate ship with a black hull and green sails, along with the purple tentacles of a kraken. They're situated on opposite sides of the dish, with a metallic screw in the center indicating it will rotate when the box activates, though it isn't made clear who is being chased once it begins to spin. In the middle of this music box is a small hole. Slowly, you insert the wooden crank you've carried with you with surgical precision. After pausing to make sure you didn't further damage the copper figure, you begin to rotate the crank. The bulbs of the contraption slowly begin to glow as it lifts its head up. It raises its arms to the side, and the top part of its torso, housing its shoulders and head, begin to rotate. The gesture seems to be to rally a crowd, however, we are its only audience. As soon as it completes a 360, it faces you again, and seems to realize this. The robot's arms fall back to its side as it looks past the bleachers and at the decrepit tent housing it. The copper contraption's gaze falls back on you and seems to study you for a while with eyes that just barely glow brighter than the darkness around it. Suddenly, light music begins to emanate from the machine's chest. It raises one of its arms above its head, slightly bending it, mimicking a ballerina before, again, the top of its torso spins. However, the head rotates the opposite way so it appears not to move. Once the rotation is complete, the contraption steps back and proceeds to treat you to a dance. All of its joints can fully rotate, allowing it to move with an almost alien but uniquely elegant way. The waltz is contained within the confines of the artificial spotlight you found it in. Dust that built up over the years atop the dancer's limbs falls aside during the waltz, being lightly swatted and moved by the bending limbs before slowly falling to the dirt stage. With the song complete, the copper contraption then moves to bow, looking at you with glowing eyes that rivaled its moonlit spotlight. However, its leg, strained from the dance after years of not moving, gave out soon after your eyes locked, and the dancer fell to the floor, crumbling apart the instant it hit the dirt. Barely any part of the green and golden pile of dust still resembled the dancer, but set atop it, somehow unharmed, was the music box. The wooden device sat illuminated by the moonlight, with its pirate ship and kraken giving chase gently atop it. This feeling you're experiencing right now is what it feels like to be a YouTuber for 3 years. Well, we better head back. Captain gets annoyed if he doesn't get to say the thing. Good Vile.
Stay tuned to Gotham FM.